Okay, well, I think that President Obama has going to have no choice at all because Cubans right now feel that the wet foot, dry foot policy will probably be changed, will probably be abolished. As a result, more and more and more Cubans are leaving Cuba and they're going to Central America, they're going to Mexico, and this is causing a crisis in those countries. And the only way to stop that is for the president to say, okay, Cubans cannot come to the United States undocumented and be accepted into the United States under the Cuban Adjustment Act. But at the same time, he should increase the number of visas that we're giving for Cubans to come to the United States to live. Right now it's 20,000. Perhaps he could say it could be 30 or even 40,000 to give Cubans that opportunity. But also, I really would like to see Cubans, especially young Cubans, stay in Cuba and make the reforms and demand the changes that are needed, because Cuba is such a great country, and Cubans themselves have so much potential that they should be able to stay in their country and make it a Cuba is going to be faced with how does it preserve this beautiful, beautiful city? Havana is undoubtedly the most beautiful city in the hemisphere, but it's very deteriorated. Part of it has been restored by Eusebio Leal and the Cuban government with assistance from the European community. But the whole city needs to be renovated because it hasn't really had a facelift in 50 years. Also, the environment in Cuba is pristine because there hasn't been runoff, there hasn't been degradation, and that environment is important to Cuba and to the whole Caribbean. Cuba is in fact the fisheries, the hatchery for all of the East Coast. So Cuba is going to have strict regulations that preserve both its beautiful cities, Havana, Cienfuegos, Santiago de Cuba, as well as its environment, because it is a very, very special place. What is the best way for Cuba to open up? Well, I have a strong opinion on this. I believe that the reason Eastern Europe was able to throw off the yoke of communism was because the West was able to get information into Eastern Europe. And this information and this contact with the outside world allowed the Eastern Europeans to say, we want change, we want to become part of the Western world. And they demanded those changes. In some cases they fought for it, but they were able to throw off the communist government and become free countries that determined what kind of government they wanted. The only way that Cuba will really begin to change is when it has the access to wide information, internet, computers, telephones, cell phones, thumb drives, a great deal of communication, when it begins to join international organizations like the IMF, the World Bank, and adopt international standards. So I think it's very important for for us to reach out to Cuba and Cubans and help them to connect with the world.